Welcome back to another video. Continuing somewhat on our deadlift series, as my last video we talked about a simple tip on how to hinge better, and as I alluded to, my next video after this one is going to be how to stop over wedging in the deadlift. It's going to be much longer form content. Versus this video is going to be short and simple, and what I want to talk about is what I feel like is probably the thing I am telling my athletes more than anything in regards to the deadlift. And it's covering a 3-step process in setting up. And what it's really trying to fix is the issue of people reaching for the bar. One of the biggest issues I see in people's deadlift is the fact that they start reaching to the bar to grab it before they ever are in the appropriate positions to do so. And the way to be able to fix this is slowing down and breaking up your deadlift setup into these 3 simple steps, which I'm going to get to in just a bit. Just to get a little insight though, as I've mentioned, if you've been watching some previous videos, very soon, myself, Sean Noriega, Marcellus Williams, and Matt Cronin are gonna be launching Powerlifting Now. So what you can actually expect from this YouTube channel is I'm gonna be doing a lot more shorter form content such as this. Rather than posting a lot of the simple things I do on Instagram, I'm gonna be doing that here instead to still make sure that we're getting a lot of content here and be able to put some really good information out, as well as I might intermix some of my long form content as well. But as we get closer and as my next video will really detail in full, once Powerlifting Now is launched, that is where almost all of my long form content is now going to be. So if you've not done so already, make sure to subscribe to our Powerlifting Now Instagram page, which I'll include below, as well as a link to the website where you can sign up for our email list so you can get immediate updates for all information upcoming with the launch. But without further ado, let's get into this 3-step process for setting up for deadlift to help eliminate the issue of reaching for the bar. So getting into this 3-step process, the first thing I want to show is what I mean by reaching for the bar. We see way too often with conventional and sumo deadlifters that the first action of their setup is reaching for the bar. So what I mean by that is I'm standing erect, and the first thing I start to do is I start to think about how I'm going to grab the bar. And that tends to lead to us not managing the positions well of what we need to do in our deadlift setup. Again, I could be with sumo deadlift. A lot of times what we see is people reach for the bar by just kind of squatting down. And the first thing they're thinking about is, I need to grab the bar. Really, that's the last thing we should do before we actually implement our slack pull and our wedge. So what should we do instead? So for sumo and for conventional, it's a 3-step process, but it's a little bit different for each. So I'll start with sumo. With sumo deadlift, after standing erect, we need to basically manage 3 things. We need to manage our hip hinge, our abduction and external rotation, and our knee flexion. The abduction and external rotation kind of take care of itself with the knee flexion by just driving the knees out. So the first step of the process is just push the knees out. And you can see from there, if you saw it from the front, I'm stacked with my tibias, I'm in a good position, I'm abducted, and I've satisfied the first requirement of my setup. The next step is to hinge. If you watched my last video, that's what I completely talked about in the sense of an easy way to hinge. So we need to hinge. Once we've satisfied both of these requirements, then we can go to grab the bar. So we think drive the knees out, hinge, now grab the bar, because I allowed myself to get within reach of the bar versus reaching for it. I was able to bring myself to the bar versus trying to bring the bar to me. And the key with this setup is actually breaking it up into these 3 steps. You get 60 seconds to start the lift in powerlifting. If I go through the setup, that took under 10 seconds. By no means am I stretching the ability to complete the lift in a timely manner within powerlifting. But what we see too often is one of 2 things. 1, someone just rushes right into their setup, or 2, they rush this part and they spend the entirety of the time trying to grab the bar and grip it. Instead, we need to spend more time managing those initial positions. So sumo deadlift, drive the knees out, hinge, then once we're in this position, we can worry about grabbing the bar. Up until that point, I'm never thinking about touching the bar yet. I'm thinking about the position of knee flexion and abduction. I'm thinking about my hinge position. Then I'm thinking about grabbing the bar, going into my slack pull, and lifting. For conventional deadlift, it's very similar, except we don't need to worry about the abduction and ER, and this process is a little bit backwards because the first thing we're going to do on the conventional deadlift is we're going to hinge. Once we hinge, most likely, because of the conventional deadlift leverage, you're not going to be able to reach the bar yet. You're going to need a little bit of knee flexion. So I'm going to just barely bend my knees, and now I'm able to grab the bar. I'm able to rise and slack pull and then wedge in. So again, taking our time that we hinge, pause for a second, bend the knees, then grab the bar and wedge in. And really taking our time with each one so you can see a very distinct process. And I'm going to include a video right after this, one of my lifters, Lorenzo, doing exactly this. And you can see how after every single step he takes on sumo, he pushes the knees out, he pauses, he hinges, he pauses, he grabs the bar, slack pulls and goes into it, and takes his time in each step to manage each position properly so that once you grab the bar, you've satisfied all the requirements for your specific anthropomics and joint angles to be able to be in position correctly. So that's the easy 3-step setup for conventional and sumo deadlift to help us eliminate the desire to want to reach for the bar, slow down our setup, manage each position properly so that once we are ready to grab the bar, we're set and ready to go. So again, reiterating, with sumo, it's drive the knees out, then hinge, then grab the bar. For conventional, it's hinge, then slight knee bend, then grab the bar. So hopefully you can take all of this and apply it to your deadlift, be a bit more patient in that setup, and have a bit more consistency in your pull. And then with this video, this should really help next video when I talk about how to stop over wedging and being able to take some of this as a precursor to knowing what you need to do to fix those issues. Lastly, if you're not subscribed, make sure to do so. Give the video a like. Leave a comment if you have any questions. I'd be happy to answer, and also make sure to share with some friends, pass along the information. But otherwise, until next time, peace.